Just like Donald Trump said about mass shootings, they're a way of life. Isn't it becoming the same with sexual harassment and, dare I say, abuse? Is it becoming a way of life, and just how will it affect men and women, both in Parliament and their everyday life, in going to work together here on in? We have had, and I want to add allegedly, paedophiles in Westminster. It's now coming out in Hollywood, and over the last few days a list has surfaced with a list of names from Parliament that could look like a sex offending register. So just how rife in our society is sexual harassment in particular? Well, in a report done by the TUC, they say that 52% of women in the UK said that they'd experienced sexual harassment in the workplace. The report, done as a poll of 1,533 women commissioned by the TUC and alongside the Everyday Sexism Project done in 2016, the women were asked questions about different types of workplace harassment, ranging from comments about their bodies to, and in more extreme cases, rape. The researchers of the report found that 1 in 8 women actually experienced unwanted sexual touching of their bottoms, breasts, and believe it or not, even their genitals, and attempts to kiss them while at work. For women between 18 and 24, the overall rate of harassment jumps right up to 63%, although the report acknowledges that younger women are more likely to be in lower paying or temporary work where harassment is more likely to occur. And now that seems just crazy to me. But for me, the most alarming fact is that 4 out of 5 women didn't even report the incidents. They feared that they would damage their work relationships and not be taken seriously. How crazy and tragic is that? But having it in the workplace is one thing that needs sorting now. But isn't it extremely tragic to have it in the very halls of our government buildings and parties? The Defence Secretary Michael Fallon allegedly overstepped the mark 15 years ago by placing a hand upon Julia Hartley-Brewer's knee, for which he apologised at the time but has since resigned, as we all know. But is putting your hand on a knee actually a sexual advance? Well, as stated on the website of Sexual Assault Prevention and Awareness Centre, sexual harassment is defined by law and includes requests for sexual favours, sexual advances or other sexual conduct when 1. Submission is either explicitly or implicitly a condition affecting academic or employment decisions. 2. The behaviour is sufficiently severe or pervasive as to create an intimidating, hostile or repugnant environment. Or 3. The behaviour persists despite objection by the person to whom the conduct is directed. And there it is. The behaviour is sufficiently severe or pervasive as to create an intimidating, hostile or repugnant environment. But it has also since been revealed that party chiefs kept similar dossiers on their own MPs. Could this be used as an angle to get MPs to do as they're told? Is our very own Prime Minister on a list somewhere of doing wrong that is yet to come out into the open? If it ever will, if there is such a list. Could this be the same as with past MPs as well? Mark Menzies, who quit as a ministerial aide in 2014 after reports he hired a rent boy, features in the database. Past MPs that have resigned for one particular thing, could matters of the list be the real reason why they've resigned and as yet we know nothing about? But just how deep does this go? How revolving this list with our government bodies? Look at the child sex abuse inquiry. How many other chairpersons has it had? 4 now, I think. Look at one of them, Dame Lowell Goddard, at a staggering £500,000 a year pay packet and benefits package. Why would you resign from a job like that? Even if the pay was lower, you'd want to put anybody that was a danger to kids away, wouldn't you? In a brief resignation statement at the time, Justice Goddard said the inquiry was beset with a legacy of failure. But Keith Vasquez, you remember him, don't you? He was reported as saying, "She is someone with impeccable credentials." So this is a big shock that she chooses to resign now. I think what's really important is that we find out the reasons why she has decided to take this course of action. Impeccable record. And there you go, she isn't a no mark just drafted in. So who got to her? What, or if anything, who got to them all and gave them a good enough reason to resign? Are the Tories now hanging on by a thread? Are members of other parties hanging on too? It seems there is a sexually orientated ring around this whole country that none of us know about. And it's becoming almost more acceptable every day. But it's not just women who fall foul to the sleazy clutches of people in the workplace, and no doubt Westminster. When we talk about sexual harassment, we immediately, and it's not our fault, think of a female victim. But what about men? In 2015, 6,822 sexual harassment claims were filed by the EEOC. 17.1% of those cases were filed by men. But what happens during an incident when a female inflicts this on a male? Well, it includes instances of retaliation for refusing sexual advances, unwelcome touching and caressing, and being subjected to offensive sexual comments and jokes. Why do people from both sexes think that this type of invasion of a person's bodily privacy is okay, even more so in Westminster, and due to the highlighting of recent events? Dare I say, the media industry. Are these industries, professional trades if you will, operating on a different level? Have they become different worlds operating outside the normal laws that many of us, through our own careers, have put in place? What kind of thinking makes it seem okay to take part in many of the actions mentioned in this video? But just bear in mind, some people, my world may well get shot down in flames for this, take part in, dare I say, sleeping their way to the top. What was deemed in days gone by as a cheeky peck or a cheeky pinch now is a different of opinion. Nowadays, we have a different generation and a different way of thinking. But I stress to add, it's still an invasion of space. And for that fact, I just don't get it. Westminster is possibly in turmoil and certainly fractured. How can these people continue to lead by example and run our system? Have you ever been a victim of what was said in this video? If so, let us know in the comments below and tell us how you felt. Tell us how you dealt with it. Do you know what? I used to be a Labour member. My membership ran out some time ago. Are they really all the same, even the good ones? I just don't know. Place your comments in the box below. Please do click subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye for now.